What up guys, it's Vesper and it's time for Cammy's patch note breakdown. We're going to go over all of her changes since she is one of the most nerfed characters this season, so let's find out why. So let's start with the big one. Cammy's health and stun has been reduced to 900 from 925. So Cammy is one of the only characters that got their health and stun changed. The only other character was Luke this season, and she is now tied with Akuma. These are the only two characters in this game that have 900 health and 900 stun. Cammy already had low health even before this season, but now she is extremely delicate, where one false mistake could lead to the end of the round. Another small thing to note is that Cammy won't be nearly as healthy, even with a 2-bar V-trigger when she activates. Alright, the second change, Cammy's standing heavy punch now has much more recovery and an extended hurt box forward. This means it's much easier for the opponent to whiff punish you, and they can hit you from a lot further away when you whiff this. So let me show you guys how far away I can whiff punish this now. So this was a pretty big nerf to one of the best whiff punish tools in the entire game. Alright, next change. Cammy's standing medium kick is now -4 on block from -2. This means it's now punishable on block if you do this really close to the opponent. It also means you can't spam this as much on the opponent as well, because there's a much bigger gap in between. Standing medium kick was definitely one of Cammy's best pokes, and also one of the main ways she got into V-trigger and dealt with grapplers or characters she didn't want to get close to. So after this nerf, Cammy players can't press this button as much, and if you're playing against Cammy, know that it's your turn in between. Alright, moving on to another nerf, Cammy's crouching medium kick now has more recovery on whiff, and an extended hurt box forward. Once again, one of Cammy's main tools is easier to whiff punish, and you can also be hit from much further away. So you can be on the other side of the planet to whiff punish this now. Alright, next change for Cammy, her heavy spiral arrow has reduced first hit range, but does more damage and stun. It now does 120 damage and 150 stun, up from 100 damage and 120 stun. Now before you celebrate, this is actually a nerf in disguise, because you only get this bonus damage when you land 2 hits of the heavy spiral arrow. However, since they reduced the first hit range of spiral arrow, most of the time you're only going to get 1 hit now. And since they changed how the scaling works, if you only get 1 hit with the heavy spiral, it actually does less damage than it did before. This means you have to be near point blank to benefit from the damage of this. So if you're just a little off, like in most practical situations, you're not going to benefit from the 2 hits. Now Cammy players are going to have to substitute the heavy kick version for their B&Bs when they recognize they're not point blank. So one thing Cammy players are going to have to do now is combo into the medium spiral arrow instead, because that does more damage with 1 hit. You can also substitute this with heavy DP, but you're going to lose your Oki if you're not on the corner. In my opinion, this is a pretty big nerf to one of Cammy's main combo enders. Alright guys, prepare yourselves for Cammy's first buff. V-Skill 1 is now +4 on block from +2. This means that Cammy will get a greater reward if she somehow gets the opponent to block this, so you can now frame trap into standing medium punch for example, or even standing heavy punch. And the final change for Cammy is V-Trigger 2. It now has 2 frames less recovery on activation, and the second half of it, the dash part, can now be special cancelled. This gives Cammy new V-Trigger combos and conversions, particularly from her standing medium kick and crouching medium kick. And since Cammy can now special cancel out the dash part of her V-Trigger 2, it just pretty much means that her pokes do a little bit more damage. And there you have it guys, these are the final patch notes for Cammy. As you can see, she has been severely nerfed. They nerfed all of her key normals. Her standing heavy punch, standing medium kick, and crouching medium kick are all much more susceptible to whiff punishing. Her heavy spiral arrow also greatly nerfed. Now she has to choose between medium kick spiral arrow or a heavy DP, and that hurts one of her main B&B combos. And the only buffs she received are things that are negligible. Her V-Skill 1, not going to be used as a poke, it's way too slow. And her V-Trigger 2 is honestly one of the worst V-Triggers in the game. I have no idea what Capcom was thinking. You pretty much only get one cancel before this entire V-trigger drains. It just doesn't make any sense. Cammy's V-trigger 1 is one of the best in the game, so no one's going to choose V-trigger 2. Let me know what you guys think of these changes. Did Capcom go too hard on Cammy, or do you guys are pleased with these notes? Hit that like button, of course subscribe to the channel, as we'll be breaking down the rest of the characters. Alright guys, Vesper out. Peace.